Hey, welcome. So you could be completely sleeping at the wheel and not know that this $100 bill sold on eBay about a month ago. As a matter of fact, on February 1st for $11,750. And I'm like, man, I cannot believe I did not catch this. And I know that there's a general population of collectors that that aren't typically interested in paper money or collecting currency, but there is kind of a tale that goes along with this. Kind of like, hey, you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and look at our paper money for what they call fancy serial numbers. If you don't know what fancy serial numbers are, okay, there are a wide range of various collectors that purchase these notes, and depending on the pattern of the serial numbers on there, some of them sell for a little bit of money above face value. Some of them, like the case of this $100 bill, sells for many times more than face value. Okay, as you can see on this 2013 series $100 colorized bill, straight sevens all the way across. Okay, they call this a solid or a 8 in a row serial. They go both ways. So by the time we're all said and done, we're going to look at a few notable sales within the past number of years of other fancy serial numbers that have sold through some sort of auction channel, whether it's eBay, Heritage Auctions, you name it. We're going to talk about it. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you a website that you could go to check out the actual market value of some of these serial numbers. In addition, there's a nice kind of like encyclopedia of various types of fancy serial numbers to look for, because I've had conversations with collectors and other people about fancy serial numbers and looking through your dollar bills, your 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100s about what type of notes to collect, and they vary from like solid sevens. They have some called ladders, radars, which are also palindromes, double quads, low serial numbers, high serial numbers, trailing zeros, super repeaters, 4-digit repeaters, you name it. And the website that I'm going to allude to is going to be at the end of the video. And again, by the time we're all said and done, you guys are going to be blown away by how much these pieces of currency sell for. It's amazing. Okay, and again, it's definitely worth a look. And I'm going to tell you exactly what people are doing to ensure that they find notes like this $100 Benjamin Franklin right here in pristine shape. You would be surprised the lengths that people go to obtain full bank straps or even bank bricks of these things to search through, and that's how it all happens. Okay, that's really how it all happens. Someone goes to the bank, they will go in and order $10,000 in brand new $1 bills, for example. Traditionally, they'll ask for the BEP wrapped bundles, which I think in a bundle, I don't know if there's $1,000 in $1 bills in a bank brick bundle, but they'll go in there, they'll ask for that, they'll order it, and then they'll go through it and pull out all the fancy serial numbers. Now, you won't get solid sevens, okay, in the case of this, but there is like 7 of a kind, okay? There are various other different types of fancy serial numbers to look for. And again, they're all extremely valued in some regard, all right? I've actually found a number of low serial number notes, high serials, in just regular good old thumbing through your change, after you break a 20, and come out finding a bill that I could flip and make about $5-10. Okay, even if it's just $5 or $10, at least you know it's worth more than the actual face value of the note. So this is a great example here, but let's go ahead and take a look at a few other notes that have sold here in the most recent past. As recently as last year, this one came up on Heritage Auctions, and by the way, some of the nicest fancy serial number notes always end up on Heritage Auctions. So if you have time, check them out. They always have stuff for sale on the weekly basis, and it's definitely worth a look. Even if you wanted to kind of get in and purchase a few for yourself, they're phenomenal. So this one here is a $5 silver certificate. It's a 1953 series note. This one has solid 9s on there. Okay, this one sold again last year. This one brought home $10,800. So as you can see, the solid numbered notes sell for a great deal of money. Okay, the one digit that I would say that someone will pay even more for are solid eights, and the reason why is culturally overseas, like in China, they covet the number eight as being, a good luck charm to them. So there are a lot of investors and, just regular people that want a U.S. dollar bill or maybe one of their own type of paper money with solid eights on them. And they'll actually go as high as paying $50,000 to $100,000 for a simple dollar bill. Okay, this is a solid nines right here. Can you imagine how much a solid eights would go for in the open market, because you have the Chinese cultural kind of significance of this particular digit? So another note that sold a few years older than this is a serial number 1 2013 series dollar bill. Okay, this is your standard, kind of like current dollar bill. As a matter of fact, the 2017s just came out within the last week or two, as the from when this video ran. So that's another opportunity to look at fresh notes. But this one right here sold for $8,225. Yet again, okay, another bill, serial number 1, pretty significant within the paper money collecting group, and this is definitely one that you're going to have to keep an eye out on. Traditionally, when you have serial numbers that are 1,000 and less, would be considered a low serial number. So anything above that, you might get a little bit of a premium, but people, the hardcore collectors of the low serial numbers, will want five starting up zeros, and then like kind of like 999 at the end and under. And finally, this last note is probably one of my favorite fancy serial numbers to even look for, if you can even find it. This is probably by far and away one of the more rarer serial number combinations to find, and it is the up ladder or down ladder, however you want to kind of look at it. This is a 2001 series non-colorized $50 bill. These are cool, by the way. I like it when they don't have any coloring on them. This one sold way back in 2006, okay, before fancy serial numbers became hot. It wasn't until about 2010 that, the whole fancy serial number collecting trend became a thing. And this one sold for $3,737. I would guess that this note, because it has an up ladder from 2 to 9, so it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up, would be worth probably 3 times that amount of money today. Okay, this is a $10,000 note all day long. If you did find one in any denomination, actually, dollar bills, I've seen up ladders, like 0 through 7 or 1 through 8, sell in excess of 5 figures all day long on the open market. This particular example is a great example for me to show you, because it shows you a much more recent kind of like dollar trend on how much these are valued at compared to what they're really worth today, which, it's well over $10,000. Okay, ladder notes are probably one of the more sought after fancies out there. But anyways, I wanted to discuss, fancy serial number, the $100 bill that sold last month with the solid sevens. Of course, 7 is a number that is ingrained in luck and casinos. And it's everybody's kind of like, if everybody says, oh, what do you think is everyone's favorite lucky number, it's going to be 7. Not many people will say 13 because they say that's the opposite. Me personally, I like the number 13. I'm not superstitious in that manner, but solid sevens, that is something incredibly special. And just solids of every number, solid 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, they're all pretty pricey. Okay, and again, condition is everything when it comes to these notes. The better the quality of the note, the more money that you get. That's why people buy actual brand new virgin bank bricks straight from the Fed Reserve, and they go through them, and then they pluck out some pretty neat currency items out of there. So, you know, I told you guys I would give you a website where you could check and see which fancy serial numbers are collectible and valuable. Okay, it's a site called coolserialnumbers.com. The person that owns that particular website collects and also buys and sells these things pretty regularly. He has a nice, again, kind of full array of the various types of examples of fancy serial numbers along with photo examples. So it's a great reference tool, if anything else, aside from a great vendor that actually sells these on the secondary market. I would definitely check out his website. And again, Heritage Auctions runs weekly currency auctions, and they generally have a few fancy serial numbers listings on there. So if you guys are interested to see what the current market is, or if you wanted to go and bid on a few items, they're a fantastic resource as an online auction. Plus, they sell a lot of high quality items as well. Thank you guys for joining in on this one. Fancy serial collecting. Go ahead and get to it. Stop using your debit card and get more cash, so that way you can make $10,000 like this person did on this sale. Come check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, the best way you can support my channel is to smash that like button. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and feel free to throw in a comment. You guys take care and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.